Good morning, America. Search, rescues, and relief. More than a week after Hurricane Helene came ashore, the massive efforts to help those impacted by the storm.
We're coming to get you. We're coming to pick up our people that's out there.
Crews hampered by washed out roads, residents trying to salvage what they can. Team coverage of the round-the-clock efforts amid this growing humanitarian crisis.
Showing their support. President Trump with Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp by his side, despite being at odds in the past. As Vice President Kamala Harris looks for union support and gets high praise from a sports legend.
Breaking overnight, Israel carries out another round of punishing airstrikes in Lebanon. Its battle with Hezbollah intensifying with a warning from Iran. Live reports from Lebanon and Israel.
From passenger to pilot.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so make sure you add a little bit of power.
How a passenger on board this small plane was forced to take control when the pilot fell unconscious in midair.
Playoff fever, high-stakes games in the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces on the verge of elimination, looking to stay alive overnight against the New York Liberty, while the Connecticut Sun and Minnesota Lynx battle for the lead in their series.
And Southeast Strong, neighbors helping neighbors in Helene's aftermath. A 10-month-old baby rescued by kayak, a man jumping into rushing water to save a woman being carried downstream, and a former NASCAR driver trading in his wheels for wings to help those in need.
From ABC News, live in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. It's so great to have you with us this morning. As you can see, Gio is in the field this morning as we bring you 5 days of special coverage of the aftermath and the relief efforts following Hurricane Helene. More than a week now since the storm cut a path of destruction from Florida to Tennessee. It's become the deadliest storm to hit the mainland U.S. since Katrina in 2005.
Really just stunning numbers. Helene's toll in lives this morning, at least 220, and an untold number of people are still missing, while rescues of stranded and desperate survivors are still underway. So Gio, as Whit said, is leading our coverage from Asheville, North Carolina. Gio, good morning to you.
Oh, Janae and Whit, good morning. Listen, I got to tell you, just driving through here, we've seen unbelievable devastation, very much like a war zone. And we are here in the Asheville area here because it is facing one of the longest roads to recovery. But the deaths and damage, they are widespread across half a dozen states. The situation is still very much an emergency this morning, as you can imagine. And Americans are coming together to help the Southeast recover. 1,000 U.S. Army active duty troops on scene here in North Carolina. Hundreds of healthcare professionals from across the country also right here. And right behind me here, the organization Mercy Chefs has set up to feed this community. We're going to learn much more about them later here on GMA. But let's begin our coverage with ABC's Morgan Norwood, about 150 miles east of here in Salisbury, North Carolina. Morgan, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Gio. Yes, you were just talking about all of the relief coming into Western North Carolina. Of course, the military is a huge part of that. We know active duty troops, along with thousands of guardsmen from all over the Southeast, are in the disaster zone. And this morning, with that death toll climbing, dozens still unaccounted for, the loss of power, no water. I mean, the situation over in Western North Carolina is still so dire.
This morning, the painstaking recovery and desperate search entering its second week. Helene's death toll still climbing, at least 220 people killed, but the number of those unaccounted for improving as crews fan out in hard-to-reach areas. Buncombe County officials now say 75 remain unaccounted for, down from 200, and promising to keep looking.
We know these are hard times, but please know we're coming to get you. We're coming to pick up our people that's out there.
But many areas remaining inaccessible. This drone video showing a Department of Transportation crew trying to carve a path into the town of Chimney Rock. Here's what the area looked like before, this vibrant amusement park, and now signs it never existed. In the town of Swannanoa, this neighborhood nearly gutted 1 week ago. The floodwater lifting trailers, flooding homes. Now, debris, furniture, personal belongings lining the streets.
We were just kind of huddled behind that chimney there.
John Zara now trying to salvage what he can after he says the rising floodwater forced him and his family onto the roof, where they waited hours before being rescued. He says neither he nor any of his neighbors have flood insurance.
It's just not the kind of thing we see in Asheville, you know. So we've already been denied that coverage, and we're working with FEMA to see whatever they're going to be able to do.
As the cleanup continues, a growing need for relief. Thousands still without power and water across the storm zone. Relief coming in from all points: food, water, and generators.
We are just so grateful for everything. Everything that everyone has sent.
Active duty troops now on the ground to assist in those relief operations. And in Asheville, authorities setting up 40 tankers outside of Mission Hospital, restoring much needed running water.
And back here in Salisbury, in just a few moments, I'll be getting on one of the North Carolina National Guard's choppers as they complete a range of missions over in Western North Carolina. Rescue, relief. I mean, this is so critical to the situation there. They're actually getting their briefing right now, and we should be taking off pretty soon, Gio.
And it's just so critical, Morgan. And before you go, you've been covering the storm all week long. You're actually from Winston-Salem. That's just about 2 hours from here. You had your own scare when you were looking for your mom. How are you doing this morning, Morgan?
Oh, I'm well. Mom is doing great. That was so difficult. It was tough not hearing from her. And I just truly empathize with all of the families who are going through that fear and that worry. And, Gio, this really hits home because it is home. And it's tough to see your own state reeling and going through this. But as we've been showcasing all week long here on GMA, North Carolina Southeast is truly strong. And it's just been heartwarming to see all of the relief and neighbors helping neighbors and coming together during this difficult time.
And I see the pride on your face with that smile. Thank you so much, Morgan, for all of your incredible work this week. And we will have much more ahead here from the disaster zone as Americans come together to help. Janae.
And we appreciate you so much for being there, Gio. So we will check back in with you in just a little bit. But still reeling from Helene's aftermath, a new tropical threat is developing in the Gulf. Leslie Lopez from our station KABC in Los Angeles in for Samara this morning and joins us with the details. Good morning to you, Leslie.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, and I just want to put at least people's mind at ease. If you're in the Carolinas, we are talking about a new tropical storm that's developing in the Gulf of Mexico right now. This will not impact your area. Now, let me just show you what's happening at this point. We are looking at an 80% chance for development of a new storm system, a named storm system. This is going to be moving out towards the Florida Peninsula. Now, with that, we have some news for that area. There's already 2 to 5 inches of rain barreling because of a storm system happening over the weekend. Now, the next system that moves on through is going to add in, it's going to add in a lot of rainfall. We're talking about 10 inches possible into midweek. So we're watching out very closely to see what happens to the Florida Peninsula over the course of the next 7 days. We'll send it back over your way.
Yeah, some of those places can't catch a break. All right, Leslie, we'll check back with you soon. We turn now to the race for the White House, and both campaigns sweeping through the battleground states with just a month to go, and former President Trump going back to the site of that assassination attempt in July. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks joins us now from Michigan with more. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, well, good morning. With just 31 days to go until Election Day, Vice President Kamala Harris working overtime to win over the union vote here in Michigan. She showed her strong support that she's already gotten from labor unions. She talked about how when unions are strong, she said America is strong, before turning the tables and trying to go after Trump, talking about his recent comments about firing union workers who threatened to go on strike.
We know what is at stake. And we love our country. We love country.
Vice President Kamala Harris with a stirring speech in Flint, Michigan overnight, introduced by labor leaders arguing she is the candidate standing with America's union workers.
And make no mistake, Donald Trump is no friend of labor. He encouraged automakers to move their plants out of Michigan so they could pay their workers less.
The Biden administration buoyed by a strong jobs report Friday, the stock market closing at another record. Former President Trump asked about the state of the economy by our Rachel Scott.
Jobs are up. The stock market hit that all-time high. Do you acknowledge that the economy is improving?
No, it's not. Inflation has devastated our economy.
With just 31 days to go until Election Day, the former president making stops in North Carolina and Georgia, both still reeling from Hurricane Helene. Appearing alongside Georgia's Republican governor, Brian Kemp, the two rarely seen together after publicly feuding 4 years ago, Trump bashing him for standing by Georgia's 2020 election results. And later today, Trump returning to Butler, Pennsylvania, holding a rally at exactly the same venue where he survived an assassination attempt in July, joined by his running mate J.D. Vance and tech giant Elon Musk. The biggest names out on the campaign trail in this final stretch, President Obama set to hit the trail with Harris starting next week after Republican Liz Cheney campaigned by Harris's side in Wisconsin. And back in Flint,
I come from a middle-class family.
Michigan's own Magic Johnson stumping for Harris. The NBA legend mentioning her plans on housing and telling me he has known Harris for 20 years.
She'll work with Republicans, she'll work with independents, and she'll work with people who don't vote for her. So that's what I love about her as well.
Now, Trump will have increased security there in Butler, Pennsylvania, bulletproof glass, protective barriers, law enforcement, of course, on high alert. Harris is headed to North Carolina to survey the damage there in that state and meet with first responders. Gio?
And as you mentioned, just 31 days to go with all of this happening. All right, Mary Alice, thank you so much. We're going to go overseas now into the growing tensions in the Middle East. We have team coverage as Israel launches new strikes on Beirut overnight. Inez de la Cuetada is in Israel, but let's begin here with ABC's Patrick Reevell, who is in Lebanon this morning. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Gio. Yeah, there were more Israeli airstrikes here in Beirut overnight. We've been watching smoke rise from them in the distance behind me. But looming over all of this is Israel's promised response to Iran's barrage of missiles earlier this week, and the fear that when that finally comes, it could plunge the Middle East deeper into a wider war.
Overnight, explosions lighting up the sky as Israel again struck southern Beirut. Israel hitting Lebanon's capital daily as its war with Hezbollah intensifies. Lebanon's health ministry saying more than 2,000 people have now been killed and nearly 10,000 injured, most in just the past 2 weeks. Israel telling more areas in southern Lebanon to evacuate. 1.2 million people already displaced.
It's very hard.
American Lebanese citizen Samar Barweb evacuated on a flight to Istanbul. Plumes of smoke visible at Beirut's airport.
Many people are waiting at the airport all day just so they can get their grandparents out, their mom out, or their daughters out. It's completely tragic.
As fears of a wider Middle East war still grow, the US Friday struck Yemen, targeting Iran-backed Houthi rebels. The Pentagon saying the strikes were to prevent Houthis targeting shipping. The world bracing for Israel's promised response to Iran's unprecedented missile attack earlier this week. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khomeini leading Friday prayers, defiant, telling thousands the strikes were legal and legitimate. Questions now whether Israel will target Iran's oil industry. President Biden Friday, though, seeming to discourage that.
I think if I were in their shoes, I'd be thinking about other alternatives than striking oil fields.
An Israeli attack on Iran's oil facilities would send oil prices soaring, and that could have an effect in the US presidential election. But even if Israel doesn't choose to attack Iran's oil industry, most experts here believe that Israel's response is going to be severe and the escalation is very likely. Gio?
And all of this could have such an impact. Patrick, thank you so much for your reporting, as always. Let's go ahead and bring in ABC's Inez de la Cuetada from Tel Aviv this morning. Inez, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gio, and everybody here on edge waiting to see what Israel does next. The Israelis have vowed to retaliate, but it is still unclear what that response will look like. There has been talk of Israel potentially going after Iran's nuclear facilities, potentially targeting its oil industry. We know the U.S. does not support either of those options. Unclear whether Israel will listen, and there are concerns that strikes on Iran's oil industry could cause gas prices to surge around the world. Now, we know the Israelis here are looking to reestablish establish deterrence. So they are looking for symbolic targets that will send a big message to Iran, to other bad actors in the region. And as far as timing, we initially thought this would happen quickly. It does appear that the Israelis now are taking a little bit more time. It could be because of the Jewish New Year holiday. It could be that they're still weighing their options. It could also be that they're preparing something more sophisticated, and so they need a little bit more time to get ready. But we are now closing in on the 1-year anniversary of the October 7th terror attacks. That anniversary now just 2 days away. The IDF engaging with Hamas in Gaza, with Hezbollah in Lebanon, with Iran, of course, with the Houthis in Yemen. And so there are real fears here that we could be on the brink of an all-out regional war. Janae?
And Inez, as you said, everyone there in the region and really around the world just on edge, waiting to see what happens next. Inez, thank you. Back here at home now, and to drama in the air. When the pilot of a small plane fell unconscious, a passenger was forced to take control. ABC's Jacqueline Lee joins us with these incredible details. Jacqueline, a very scary situation.
Oh, that's right. Good morning, Janae. It is really crazy. I mean, imagine being a passenger on a plane. The pilot passes out, and then you have to safely land it. Well, that's what happened to one woman. So take a look.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so make sure you add a little bit of power.
This morning, a hero passenger safely landing this small plane after its pilot fell unconscious midair.
You got to add power. We're going a little too slow. Make sure you add power.
The plane taking off from Henderson Executive Airport outside Las Vegas just before 11 a.m. Friday, according to data from Flight Radar 24, heading to Monterey, California. But 2 hours later, diverting to Bakersfield when the pilot suffered a medical emergency.
Your altitude is looking good, 5,900 feet. Tri-state level at 6. You're in a right-hand turn. Continue that right-hand turn.
A passenger taking the controls. Air traffic controllers helping the woman land the plane.
We're going to set you up so that as you level off from your turn, you're going to be straight in for Bakersfield Airport. Is that all right?
Okay. The pilot rushed to the hospital, that hero passenger uninjured, and her unexpected landing, leaving the plane without any noticeable damage. Just 2 days earlier, another scare just south of that same airport. This small plane crashing near a highway. Firefighters nearby hearing it go down and responding quickly. That pilot, the only one on board, suffering major injuries.
And, you know, you could hear how calm and encouraging that air traffic controller was while trying to instruct that passenger. We reached out to the Kern County Fire Department and Sheriff's Office overnight about this incident and have not yet heard back. Whit.
Oh, wow. Quite a story, Jacqueline. Thank you. Now to the economy, and Wall Street celebrating a much better than expected jobs report. ABC's Alexis Christoforous is here now with the details and what this could mean for interest rates. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Wall Street cheered that Blockbuster jobs report, giving investors confidence about the health of the economy. The Dow Industrial shot up more than 340 points to close at a record high, and the S&P 500, which is tied to many Americans' retirement plans, climbed 219 points. The Labor Department said the economy added 254,000 jobs last month, significantly more than the 150,000 expected and the largest increase we've seen since March. The unemployment rate ticked down to 4.1%. Employers added the most jobs at bars and restaurants, construction, healthcare, and government. Now, that strong jobs report suggests the U.S. may be headed for that soft landing after all, in which inflation returns to normal levels while the economy avoids a recession. It may also slow the pace of rate cuts from the Federal Reserve. Investors are now betting the Fed will reduce rates by just a quarter point at November's meeting instead of that half-point cut we saw last month. Guys,
aiming for that soft landing. Alexis, thank you so much.
Now to the WNBA playoffs. The Las Vegas Aces staying alive overnight in their semifinal series against the New York Liberty. ABC's Ike Ajachi is here with all the highlights and much more. Ike, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Wait, listen, we know October is widely considered one of the best months for sports, and last night was the perfect example. The WNBA delivering two high-stakes playoff games, starting off with the New York Liberty taking on the Las Vegas Aces, who were on the verge of elimination last night. The two-time defending champs entering the game down 0-2 to the Liberty. And get this, no team has ever rallied from an 0-2 deficit to win a best-of-5 playoff series in the WNBA postseason history. Only Phoenix was able to push a Game 5 back in 2018 against Seattle. And Vegas, well, guess what? They're looking to buck the trend, taking control of the game in the third quarter with a 16-point run. The Liberty failing to score a point over a 7.5-minute stretch. Liberty star Sabrina Ionescu held to only 4 points the whole game, and the Aces winning the game 95-81. Meanwhile, the Connecticut Sun and Minnesota Lynx facing off in Game 3 in a series that's tied 1-1 after struggling in the last game. Nafisa Collier, the league's runner-up for MVP, was the momentum setter in this game. Her 26 points fueling the Lynx over the Sun 90-81. Minnesota now taking a 2-1 series lead. And Game 4 in that series will go down Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Eastern over on ESPN, and the Liberty will get another shot at closing out the Aces on Sunday right here on ABC starting at 3 p.m. Excellent.
Maybe that's a game we could go to,
Right?
guys.
Why not?
Yeah,
We were just talking about it,
Yeah, I know you guys were, and now I'm like, yeah, let's go. We should go. Let's make it happen.
You can organize the carpool. We'll make it happen. Ike, thank you so much. All right, coming up here on GMA, College Football Week 6 is happening. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us from the University of California, Berkeley. Cal, as the Golden Bears take on number 8 Miami.
And our politics rundown, Vice President Harris and Republican Liz Cheney campaigning together, how that could influence voters.
Helene, 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 you came in here and broke us all apart. Helene, 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 but we're all here to mend these broken hearts. And that's what I'm doing here, so I really wish that we were all together.
Mending these broken hearts you are, Dolly. Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina this morning, one of the hardest hit areas here by Hurricane Helene. And as you saw, of course, that was Dolly Parton doing what she does best, giving her heart, soul, and song to those who need it most. The Queen of Country announcing that she is donating $1 million of her own personal money to relief efforts. That's in addition to another $1 million that's being donated through her businesses. She is doing so much, and Janae and Whit, I can't wait to show you how so many people from across the country are coming together here to help people in need, because so many people do need this help.
Yeah, desperately needed help for sure, Gio. Thank you. Of course, we've been Southeast strong all morning long here. You at home can learn much more about some of the organizations giving back and helping in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. You can scan the QR code right there on the screen.
And Gio, we'll have much more from you in our Southeast Strong coverage coming up in just a bit. But for now, let's take a look at some of the other big stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. Happening right now, Governor Kathy Hochul saying state police will be deployed to New York City synagogues after multiple bomb threats. The threats so far found to be, quote, not credible, but the city remains on high alert amid the Jewish High Holy Days and Monday's anniversary of the October 7th terror attacks in Israel.
Also right now, the NFL announcing the number of preseason concussions has hit a record low, going down 24% from last year alone. The league crediting changes to rules, equipment, and other efforts for the drop in injuries. Some of the big changes include some players using the Guardian cap as well as top-performing helmets.
That's some good news. And don't forget to look up in the sky this weekend. This is really cool. The Northern Lights could light up the skies in some northern U.S. states if the weather conditions are right. Experts say the best hours to catch the aurora borealis is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Who is up that late?
Right.
Not me. But good luck.
You can watch it on television on GMA the next day.
There you go.
It'll be great. All right, we start this half hour with the excitement for Week 6 of college football on ESPN's College Game Day, coming to you from Berkeley, California, my hometown there, well, the Bay Area.
Right.
As the number 8 Miami Hurricanes meet the Cal Golden Bears. And back with us again, ESPN football analyst Desmond Howard. Desmond, good morning to you, my friend. Great to see you in the Bay Area.
Go crazy.
Well, first of all, it's great to be in the Bay Area. Listen, these my fans back here, they were so excited to see me on GMA that they broke down the barricades at midnight to come in here. So we gotta have some fun. Let's get this show rolling, y'all.
Oh my gosh, it's literally 4:30 in the morning there, and they are going crazy. Okay, Desmond, last week, Georgia fell short in a thriller against Alabama. How can the Bulldogs rebound in today's game against Auburn after such a tough loss?
Yeah, you're right. That was an instant classic. Georgia kind of slept walk through the first half, but then they came out like gangbusters in the second half. You know, Georgia's had a tendency of starting kind of slow this season. And they started slow against Clemson. The score was only 6-0 at halftime, but they finished strong. They finished strong last week against Alabama, but just not strong enough because Alabama's a great team too. So I think at this point they understand who they are and what they have. They just got to come out the gates as the Georgia Bulldog and not wait until the second half.
All right, let's switch over. Number 4 Tennessee faces off against Arkansas tonight. How serious of a contender is Tennessee for winning the SEC?
I tell you what, guys, coming into the 2024 season with all the, attention given to like Georgia and Texas and maybe even Alabama, I thought that Tennessee could be a sleeper team in the SEC. They have this quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, who's playing fantastic. 6'6", 215 pounds. He can spin it all over the field, but he's also a pretty good runner too. They have great defense. Their front four is probably as good as it gets in the SEC. So I think that Tennessee, with Josh Heupel as the head coach, this group is ready to make a run in the SEC. Don't sleep on the Vols.
All right, quickly, we don't have much time left. Desmond, what do you think my Cal Bears, how are they going to do here?
Come on now, you kidding me? Stop it. You see this crowd behind me? Hey, Cal's going to be ready for the Canes tonight. They have a great defense. I think they're going to give Cam Ward fits. And plus, guess who's going to be in the house? We're going to have Marshawn Lynch on College Gameday as a celebrity picker. The Bears are going to get it done tonight. Just keep an eye on them.
Love it. All right. Thank you, Desmond. As always, you can catch College Gameday on ESPN starting at 9 Eastern. Then tune in to number 4 Tennessee Volunteers taking on Arkansas Razorbacks at 7:30 Eastern.
And we're getting a closer look at the race for 2020. Joining us is ABC News White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks, and from Washington, NPR White House correspondent and ABC News contributor Uzma Khalid. Thank you both for being with us. Uzma, I want to start with you. The candidate surrogates are out in full force these days for Kamala Harris. We just saw her with former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney by her side. Former President Obama set to make his way through the Midwest for her. On the Republican side, Donald Trump teaming up with Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp. Do appearances like these have any impact on voters?
Well, I will say, I don't think endorsements are a one-size-fits-all approach. But of all the endorsements you mentioned, the one that is the most interesting is former Congresswoman Liz Cheney. She appeared with Vice President Harris this week in Wisconsin at a site known as the birthplace of the Republican Party. And really what she creates is this permission structure for other somewhat skeptical Republicans to come out and possibly endorse Harris. She basically, her central message is that this is country over party. She tried to focus on the events of January 6th, and that's what Democrats want. They want this election to be a referendum on Donald Trump, his character, and his values, rather than a referendum on, say, the Biden administration's policies and what the last 4 years have been.
And Mary Alice, to you now, we saw the vice presidential candidates face off in that debate. You've been out on the campaign trail since then. What's been the reaction on the road, and do these VP debates really move the needle at all?
Yeah, I doubt they moved the needle. Look, the Trump-Harris debate barely moved the needle. I was in the room during the vice presidential debate, and I do think that Vance probably helped stop some of the bleeding that they had with female voters. Before the debate, Democrats had told me that they felt like Vance was basically handing them female voters with his comments, making fun of women without children. In the debate room, he came across so much more relatable, empathetic, even collegial. We saw this very different side of Vance that I do think helped him out, even if he did punt on some Republican issues around abortion, childcare, gun safety. I'll tell you, on the road, I have been struck by the grassroots energy at Harris's events. Her events haven't been huge, but you can't fake that grassroots energy. Homemade T-shirts, homemade signs. That's something Obama had. That's something Trump had. It's something that Harris's team feels really good about. They also like the fact that her events have been more diverse, frankly, more white, rural, and suburban voters in their crowds. Guys.
Interesting points, Mary Alice. And Uzma, I want to bring you back in because we are in that October surprise territory, that being a news event just weeks before the election that can upend a presidential race. I'm sure we can all think of some. Anything on your radar?
Well, I just want to say this campaign season, we've already seen 2 assassination attempts and a turnover change at the top of the Democratic ticket. So maybe our senses are somewhat dull to surprise, but there are 2 things on the horizon that I think are unpredictable unknowns. And both of them, I will say, are out of the control of either candidate, but do pose a risk to someone like VP Harris, who's a sitting vice president. And that is a potential wider war in the Middle East, could be key in a state like Michigan, which has a large Arab American population. And then, of course, the impact of Hurricane Helene. We are already seeing how that's being politicized on the campaign trail. Donald Trump making some false claims about President Biden's initial response there. We know the impact has just been absolutely devastating in some key battleground states like North Carolina and Georgia. And that's why we're seeing both candidates visiting those states.
An unprecedented campaign already. It's hard to imagine another twist and turn in all of this. Uzma and Mary Alice Parks, thank you so much to both of you. We appreciate it. And coming up on Good Morning America, we'll go back to Gio in Asheville, North Carolina, our Southeast Strong series, our special coverage on the help after Helene. Gio.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, as you can see, the volunteers from Mercy Chefs have now arrived to help this hard-hit community with what they need most right now, and that's food and water. And so many are coming together across the Southeast. We're going to tell you how you can help, no matter where you are. We're Southeast Strong on Good Morning America from hard-hit Asheville, North Carolina. For our special coverage, Southeast Strong, Help After Helene. We are showcasing the stories of neighbors helping neighbors impacted by the devastating hurricane. And these stories, they are sure to touch your heart. Take a look. They answered the call. Neighbors helping neighbors. Sfia Trumbley and Jacob O'Connor jumping into action, grabbing their kayak when they heard that hurricane floodwaters trapped a family on the 2nd floor of their home outside Asheville.
I'll never forget Mom's face in that moment.
As the family rushed to evacuate, you can see 9-month-old Leela being handed out of the window.
I think all of us did not breathe at that moment until that baby made it to shore. It's a feeling that I can't explain, I think, in any kind of way.
Thankfully, Leela and her family are now safe. Her mom is grateful. Everyday heroes emerging in the wake of Helene's wrath. Eddie Hunnell answering the call too.
There was a quick split second where I thought, do I really want to do this? And I thought, I don't have a choice.
That's him on the canoe with the yellow life vest racing to rescue 67-year-old Leslie Worth, who was trapped in her home as it was carried downstream.
We yelled over to Leslie, if the house starts moving, you need to jump out downstream. Had to yell about 5 times because the river was so loud.
Leslie in the raging river. Eddie jumping out of the canoe, grabbing the back of her life vest.
I told her, I've got you. I asked her to kick to keep her feet up so they didn't catch on anything below. And I just said, we just got to ride out this fast area.
Making it back to shore, the pair seen here embracing their loved ones. Now bonded for life. They did not hesitate from the ground to the skies. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, also a helicopter pilot.
I've got people calling me out of everywhere, wanting to help and wanting to send their pilot and their helicopter in to help us on the ground.
He's flown countless missions over the last week in the remote mountain areas of North Carolina. Like this one man catching their attention from the forest below.
I just caught out of the corner of my eye at the very bottom of this ravine, of this 4,000-foot mountain, the flash of the mirror.
Biffle making a daring landing, delivering desperately needed insulin and baby formula to the man and his family.
As soon as the sun rises in the morning, we're going to be off the ground and looking for you.
They will. And even if you aren't here, there are ways for you to help. And all morning long, we've had that QR code right there on your screen. Just point your phone camera to it or go straight to our website, goodmorningamerica.com, because I can tell you that these communities here desperately need your help this morning. And we're going to be here helping you understand how you can help all morning long. We'll be right back here on GMA. Good morning, America. It's our second hour, and we are Southeast Strong. GMA live in North Carolina with the heroes helping communities recover after Helene. Plus, the very latest on how you can help.
Breaking overnight, all eyes on the Middle East.
Israel carrying out another round of punishing airstrikes in Lebanon. The battle with Hezbollah intensifying, with a warning from Iran. Our team is on the ground in Beirut.
Also this morning, meet the family on a mission.
Before they go blind, I wanted to show them the beauty of the world.
Now bringing their epic adventure to the big screen.
Oscar-nominee Colman Domingo and his husband Raul serving up scares, teaming up behind the scenes of a new thriller.
It's trippy, huh?
And they're saying,
Good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
Good morning, America. They're not just serving up scares, they're just clean serving on this Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You saw their outfits,
of course.
right? Always exciting to have an Oscar nominee on the show. I know you were eyeing the fashion. But it, of course, is a busy Saturday morning. Gio is co-anchoring with us from Asheville, North Carolina, the community there in the thick of relief efforts following Hurricane Helene in the path of destruction. And same goes for towns stretching from Florida to Tennessee. It's been more than a week now since the storm, and it's become the deadliest to hit the U.S. mainland since Katrina back in 2005.
Yeah, Helene's death toll this morning, at least 220, and untold numbers of people still missing, while rescues of stranded and desperate survivors are still underway. Let's go back to Gio for the very latest. Gio, good morning once again.
Hey, Whit and Janae, good to see you guys. Yeah, the volunteers from Mercy Chef, they are here right now. They are here to begin feeding so many people who are in need. We're going to talk to some of them very, very soon here. But we also wanted to introduce you to one of the reporters who calls this area home. So let's bring in Ed Diorio. He's from our ABC affiliate here in Asheville, WLOS News 13. Ed, thank you so much for being here. How's it going for you? Because this is your town. This is your home.
What I've been telling people, everyone who's been asking about how I'm doing and how our colleagues are doing, is that every day we have seen something worse. You go from one day where a home is damaged by a landslide to the next day there's an 18-wheeler tractor-trailer truck flipped over in a little creek. How does that get there? And then the next day you see, and you can see some of the images we've collected here, just things like that.
It's
and
unbelievable.
with your own eyes, that somehow looks worse. These are little towns. This isn't close to Asheville, what we're showing you here. This is from our more rural areas. I mean, look at that. This is our rural areas like Yancey County, Mitchell County, Rutherford, Chimney Rock. These are places that are an hour outside of where we're standing right now. Asheville has gotten a lot of attention, and rightfully so. There's a lot of people that are affected, live here, and make their livelihood here.
But these small towns, they are, I mean, even on a normal day, it's hard to get to some of these towns.
2-lane roads. And when that road goes away, how do you get there? For days, and communication. We had people calling into the station after the storm hit, and we still have people from California, Florida, all over the country saying, I have a 80, 90-year-old parent who lives in Asheville. Are they okay? And how do we answer that question? It's because they don't have cell service or power. And I talked to a county official yesterday who said that they rescued a family and they only had a granola bar when the storm hit, and for 3 days they rationed that until they were able to get some food and supplies. These people behind us are doing great work, and there's so many people doing great work here in the area. And so, but the point of why I wanted to show this video and mention those rural counties is that all these resources that we're getting and all these donations, we're all grateful for it, but we need more because there's so much ground to recover. And these places are going to take, in some cases, years to rebuild.
And when you look at the destruction, it quite literally looks like a bomb went off in so many of these areas. And that's why the recovery is going to be so tough.
Absolutely. One of our coworkers described his house and his neighborhood as a war zone. And then I drove through it the other day, and I would call that an understatement. That's how it is in so many parts. And you're right. They're still in the cleanup phase, in the recovery phase. Who knows how long the relief and the rebuilding phase is going to take. So that's why these donations can't just be this week or these next 2 weeks.
And I know that you're going to be here all throughout it, covering it all. Ed Diorio, thank you so much. We appreciate you and WLOS.
For sure.
All right, Janae, over to you.
The way that he said every day they're seeing something worse, and the idea that people are living that. Thank you guys so much for bringing that to us. It is an important reminder. For now, we are going to turn to breaking news overnight and the growing tensions in the Middle East as Israel launches a fresh round of strikes on Beirut. So now let's go back to ABC's Patrick Reevell in Lebanon for much more on this developing story. Good morning again, Patrick. So many people on edge.
Good morning, Janae. Yeah, Beirut was hit again overnight by Israeli airstrikes. And actually, just in the last half hour or so, we've seen several strikes hit in the area behind me in the south there, known as the Dahir, which is a Hezbollah stronghold. But looming over all of this is Israel's promised retaliation against Iran for its massive missile barrage. And the fears that when that finally happens, that could plunge the Middle East deeper into a wider war.
Overnight, explosions lighting up the sky as Israel again struck southern Beirut. Israel hitting Lebanon's capital daily as its war with Hezbollah intensifies. Lebanon's health ministry saying more than 2,000 people have now been killed and nearly 10,000 injured, most in just the past 2 weeks. Israel telling more areas in southern Lebanon to evacuate. 1.2 million people already displaced.
It's very hard.
American Lebanese citizen Samar Barweb evacuated on a flight to Istanbul. Plumes of smoke visible at Beirut's airport.
Many people are waiting at the airport all day just so they can get their grandparents out, their mom out, or their daughters out. It's completely tragic.
As fears of a wider Middle East war still grow, the US Friday struck Yemen, targeting Iran-backed Houthi rebels. The Pentagon saying the strikes were to prevent Houthis targeting shipping. The world bracing for Israel's promised response to Iran's unprecedented missile attack earlier this week. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khomeini leading Friday prayers, defiant, telling thousands the strikes were legal and legitimate. Questions now whether Israel will target Iran's oil industry. President Biden Friday, though, seeming to discourage that.
I think if I were in those shoes, I'd be thinking about other alternatives than striking oil fields.
An Israeli attack on Iran's oil industry would send oil prices soaring, which could impact the US election. But even if Israel decides not to target Iran's oil facilities, most experts believe that Israel's response is going to be severe and that escalation is almost certain.
Something to watch very closely in the coming days. Patrick Reevell, thank you. We turn now to the Battleground blitz happening with just 31 days until the election. Both candidates busy out on the campaign trail. Overnight, Vice President Kamala Harris arguing she is the candidate standing with America's union workers as she gave a speech in Flint, Michigan, while former President Donald Trump made stops in North Carolina and Georgia, both still reeling from Hurricane Helene. And later today, Trump will return to Butler, Pennsylvania, holding a rally at the very same venue where he survived an assassination attempt back in July. And coming up here on our GMA morning menu, Southeast Strong and the neighbors helping feed their community, plus how you can help out.
Also ahead here, there's no place like home. Tori's here with deals and steals. And Will Gans, who is this handsome couple over here with you? This is the in crowd.
I know, Archie, I don't think she's talking about us. Raul and Colman Domingo are here talking about working behind the scenes for their new body-swapping thriller. But don't be afraid. GMA will be right back.
We are back now with Southeast Strong and the help happening after Hurricane Helene. Gio is on the ground in North Carolina with Mercy Chefs providing meals to hospital workers, patients in the community in and around Asheville who so desperately need it. Good morning again to you, Gio.
Hey, Janae, this is an incredible organization, Mercy Chefs, and we are here inside one of their mobile kitchens. We've got the founder of Mercy Chefs, Chef Gary, with us right now. And Chef Gary, you saw what was happening with Katrina. New Orleans was your hometown, and that's when you decided you needed to start something to provide this quality food.
I just think something amazing happens over a shared meal, and it should be a handcrafted, chef-prepared meal with as much love and care as we can put in it.
And you are putting all of that care into this. What is this right now? This, by the way, just this right here will serve about 500 people. I think you said you're trying to serve 7,000 people today just for lunch.
Just for lunch, yeah. And so this is going to be a chicken egg noodle casserole. And actually, we got to put those in right now. If you want to pour those in for me.
All right.
I'm putting everybody to work today.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. We're putting the heavy whipping cream in.
Look at that.
Just dumping it in here. I mean, it's incredible how many people you are helping with this organization. And we have some volunteers here. We've got Red and Ashley here. And you guys, you're volunteering. You drove 8 hours, by the way, from the Outer Banks.
We did.
Just to get here, just to help out. And you did it because you yourself were helped.
Yes, we got flooded in Hurricane Dorian and Ocracoke. We lost our restaurant and part of our house, and grocery chefs came and fed our community Thanksgiving dinner. And so we said as soon as we got back on our feet that this is what we would do.
And Red, why is it so important for you to be here?
Just a hot meal during times like this. It's so important just to have the energy to get through the day, and just a hot meal is everything right now.
A hot meal is everything right now. Red and Ashley, thank you for what you're doing. Chef Gary, thank you for what you're doing. So this is Mercy Chefs, one of the many organizations helping in this community here and in this area. Make sure you go to goodmorningamerica.com to find out how you can do the same.
Now, Gio, just love seeing people pouring their heart and soul into this, doing everything they can to give back. We appreciate it. And Gio, we'll check back with you at the top of our next half hour.
Well, turning now to a brand new documentary that's a New York Times critics pick, Blink, telling the story of one family and the rare genetic eye disorder that inspired them to take an amazing adventure around the world. Check it out.
The new Nat Geo documentary, Blink, showcases some of the world's most spectacular sights
as the Pelletier family races against time.
3 of the family's 4 children have been diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, a rare genetic disease that can lead to blindness.
For some people, their field of vision is going to go completely dark.
The powerful documentary showing us how the parents navigate this life-changing diagnosis.
We were on the road, and all of a sudden he turns on, "Mommy, what does it mean to be blind?" And like that question was just like an arrow through my heart. Like I stopped breathing. He started asking so many questions after that. He wanted to know, okay, how am I going to cross the street? How I'm going to drive a car? Will my wife be blind? But what was important for me was not the answer per se, but really to stay calm and not to show any emotion for him to associate it with sadness or frustration. I wanted him to have his own feeling towards his diagnosis.
With no itinerary and a documentary crew in tow, the family of 6 setting off on a year-long journey to see the world while the kids still could.
We always knew we could tell a really beautiful travel story, but what really drew me and my co-director Daniel Rohr to this film was the emotional core of this story.
The kids helping plan the trip by making a bucket list.
We wanted to involve the kids, but it's really hard for them to pick a country. We just asked them, okay, any activity you want to do. So they started with pretty simple things. And then little Laurent, he was 4 at the time, came up with, I want to drink juice on a camel. we thought it was so funny that we put it down on the list. And when we saw the camel, the kids were, "Oh, Mom, do you have some juice? You need to find some juice."
What's so inspiring about Edith and Sebastian's journey is that they clearly demonstrate to their children what kind of life they want to lead and what kind of life they think is possible for their children. And what we learn in this film is that visual impairment is a spectrum, and that it is a starting point for a new journey in life. This is merely a new beginning, not an ending.
Wow. And Edith telling GMA that they're lucky because the disease is progressing slowly. So far, it doesn't affect the kids' vision during the day, but their night vision is totally gone. Blink is in theaters now.
What an incredible adventure, too.
Really.
We all get to be part of it.
All over the world.
It is time now for Deals and Steals, and Tori is in the house with practical products to improve your home. Tori, good morning. It's great to see you.
Starting with your own artwork that you can create at home, your own decor. Janae's over there admiring these.
Janae can't paint, but even she can do this.
Even she could do this.
Yes.
So it's designed for anybody to be able to do because they kind of do it all for you. They give you the cheat sheet template plus all of the paints, and they're all numbered for you, so it's really easy to follow. They give you the brushes too, and then you get to have a piece of decor that you can hang at home, or you can gift a piece of handmade, homemade art to somebody, and it's just a great, takes under 2 hours to be able to do, no matter your skill level. These are fabulous from Color Ready. We've got a variety of kits. Today they're $20.
Excellent. Love
They're really
it.
fun.
Now,
Okay.
this is interesting. A flat candle.
Flat candle.
Tell me
and
about
it's
it.
also, it feels like it's like a little piece of art as well, because look at
yeah.
how beautiful it is.
Oh.
So super flat like that. So you could even put it in a greeting card to send to somebody. And they have two organic, it's like twin organic cotton wicks here so that it burns easily down.
Nice.
And then they will self-extinguish as well. They're also scentless, so no worries about that. And they've just got a variety of beautiful patterns. We've got everything from fall to Halloween. You were going to smell it to test me. If it
Yeah, I was.
indeed
As you said scentless, I'm like, but
you're
is it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It is. And they're $9 today, so these are pretty fun to stock up on.
All right.
All right, produce savers.
Produce, yes. What are we doing?
This is blue apple. So this little tiny thing right here, you could pop in with your produce, because produce emits a gas, this like ethylene gas, that helps to ripen produce faster.
Yes.
For better or worse. So when you use this, that absorbs that gas, to it prevents that produce from ripening too fast, and it will allow your produce to last 2 to 3 times longer.
Wow.
So that you don't waste it. We also have from them their great produce bags. These are great. They're called their veggie zips. You have this specific bag with this little piece in here, and it's going to create the optimal humidity for your vegetables, which again helps them last longer. All of these products not only extend your fruits and vegetables, but help you save money to avoid the waste. All 50% off.
I
today
love
from
it.
Blue
We're
Apple.
getting science involved
I know,
here.
a little sciencey there.
Okay,
Not
what do we
my
got?
thing. Nano towels, easiest way to clean with only water. So this particular fabric, it's their proprietary fabric, and it's going to be like a magnet to dust, grime, dirt, anything on a hard surface. It's going to help clean. And again, only water, no paper towels, no chemicals. So it's got a really eco-friendly benefit as well. The sets that they have for us today, slashed in half, starting at $12.50.
Excellent.
How about a juicer?
Yeah.
A slow
Trying to get
juicer.
healthy, right?
Yeah, slow
Need the
juicer
antioxidants.
From
What do we got?
NutriBullet. So you see it's got a nice compact design. A lot of juicers are big and bulky. This one isn't, but it also has a wide chute on top so that it's going to allow you to put in any of fruits and vegetables that you want. And it's designed specifically to wring all of that nutrition out of anything that you put in here. Easy to use, which makes it then something that you will use.
Yes.
Because sometimes bulky equipment just stays in the cabinet and you don't take it out. 50% off today from NutriBullet.
I love it. I love it.
It's really cool.
Now, everybody's been checking out this thing.
Okay,
This is like,
so this
you
is
know.
Ella Jane. This is a weighted Snuggie that has 10 pounds of weight that starts from the shoulders all the way down to the knees, but you'll notice that the arms are not weighted. So the arms and the hood are not weighted so that they stay perfectly functional. You can you say super soft, but that weight allows just like a calming kind of anti-anxiety. We've got both the Snuggie that's 10 pounds, and then we have their weighted blankets that come in 12, 15, or 20 pounds. And you want to choose what's closest to about 10% of your body weight. This is just like a nice way to enjoy a fabulous nap. More than 50% off. They're all $48 today from
Excellent. We're going to elevate the dad nap with this.
There you go.
For sure.
There you
Tori,
go.
as always, thank you so
you.
much. We appreciate it. Of course, we've partnered with all of these companies. You can find each deal on our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
Okay, so I'm going to read all of this. I'm going to tell you a story. Which is standing here to look pretty. We're back now with Win the Weekend and one bride with the last laugh. This Norwegian couple had been engaged for 11 years when they finally tied the knot. And it sure looks like the bride had a good sense of humor about it. When she kneeled to pray at the ceremony, the words "patida" were revealed on the soles of her shoes. The translation, it means about time.
Oh.
Yeah. The whole church loving it. True soulmate. You get it?
Wow.
Engaged for 11 years.
Yeah, about time. Okay, but hey, you know, he came through and together happily ever after. We hope. I'm sure, right?
That's your commentary that you wanted to add after standing here and looking cute. Yeah.
This was
just
your
like
story
a man.
to tell, Janae.
Just like a man.
It's going to be
Man,
wonderful.
congratulations.
I love love.
Yep.
Darkest hour, baby, I come running in your darkest hour. I'd light your way.
We are back now on GMA. That's Eric Church's gorgeous new song, Darkest Hour. The country star releasing that track all in an effort to help those devastated in his home state of North Carolina. Here's what he had to say.
This song's called Darkest Hour, and I'm giving this song to North Carolina, to the people of North Carolina. I'm signing the publishing away. It'll no longer be mine. It'll belong to the people of the state of North Carolina. And hopefully the proceeds will matter now, but it'll also matter in the future.
It will matter in the future, of course, and that is Eric Church's first new solo release in more than 3 years. And as he said, all of his publishing royalties, they will go toward providing immediate relief. This is a big gesture, and it's coming as the one and only Dolly Parton announced she is donating $1 million of her own money, in addition to another $1 million being donated through her businesses, which of course includes Dollywood. Eric and Dolly doing their parts as more and more donations come in from across the country here. And guys, one of the things that we can talk about here is that so many people are coming from all across the country to help out. And these are people who are not necessarily famous, but they know what it's like to lose everything, and they're just coming in and doing anything they can.
Wow.
Stepping up, and I mean, it's half a dozen states too impacted by this. There's such a need, and it's great to see all the work that people are doing on the ground. Gio, thank you for bringing that to us. We appreciate it. And as we've been saying, Southeast Strong all morning long here. You at home can also learn much more about some of the organizations giving back and helping in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. You can go ahead and scan the QR code right there at the bottom of your screen to help out. And Gio's going to be on the ground in Asheville covering relief efforts all weekend for us here on GMA.
Yeah.
We do want to switch gears now, though, to Oscar-nominee Colman Domingo and his husband Raul producing their first feature film together, a body-swapping thriller called It's What's Inside. Take a look at this clip.
While we're playing the game, anyone can guess who is in whose body at any point. If someone correctly guesses who you are, your photo is pinned to your body and you lose the round. If someone incorrectly guesses, then they have to reveal who they are, and they are out of the round.
But what's to prevent someone from lying?
Okay, intense. Colman, Raul, welcome. Good morning to both of you. It's so great to have you.
Thank you.
We're going to get to the film in just a little bit, but for the foundation for all of this, we got to get into your love story. Colman, we did an interview, I think, a year ago, and this was so fascinating to me. 20 years the two of you have been together. Yeah. It was what, outside of a Walgreens in the Bay Area? You crossed paths. It was meant to be. Tell us how it happened.
Like that. You tell me.
Well, it was a very different time. It was about 20 years ago, right? So I was just walking into the Walgreens and he was walking out, and we basically looked at each other, but we didn't get to speak. Mm-hmm. And so I posted a misconnections ad very innocently for him, and then he found it.
That was like on Craigslist.
On Craigslist, yes.
It was very old school, really.
Oh my God.
And you went almost looking for it?
I went, because I couldn't stop thinking about this interaction for like days. And literally I went to Craigslist. I thought, maybe I'll post an ad. He posted it for me.
Oh,
wow.
We met up 3 days later and we've been together ever since.
Amazing. And now, and you've partners in life. Now you're teaming up in working on this film together. Tell us, obviously this is a dark thriller. It's got some fun, some mystery to it. Colman, what was it about this that made you want to get on board with the project?
Well, this is Greg Jarden's feature film debut. And it's really about body swapping. It's about our culture. It's a hot, young, sexy cast as well. And we thought it's a lot of fun. And so the things that we're producing with Edith Productions, it really fell in line with what we wanted to do. We wanted to tell very unique stories that can be fun, that can be interesting, that it can have a lot of heart, that can make you think. And so I feel like it falls in line with what we're interested in.
Incredible. Well, we have a little surprise, a question from your cast. Here it is.
Hi, Colman and Raul. Okay, so we wanted to ask you, who would you swap bodies with for a day?
Ooh, Raul.
Okay.
We'll start with you.
I think that would be former German Chancellorette Angela Merkel.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay, you shocked him.
I don't know. I just feel like it would be nice to know what it's like for her,
That was a good
Especially
answer.
now that she's done.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And mine would be any one of the members of BTS, the Korean pop group.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, because like they have like 700 million followers, something ridiculous, like 75 million followers. And like usually when we're on red carpets and they get out of the car and people are losing their whole mind.
Yeah.
Like what is it like to
fanatics.
be? They're fanatics, but also they're incredible performers and they're just like charismatic. I'm like, what is it like for you guys?
The fashion connection too. I feel like it maybe.
It's a fashion connection,
right?
too. They always kill it.
Yeah.
So Colman, you sat down with Whit about a year ago, you said, ahead of this year's Oscars when you were nominated for your role in Rustin. It was a great chat. And Whit mentioned something that didn't quite make the cut. Let's take a look at that.
He felt bad for me since we're going to be there for 5.5 hours. He's like, I'm going to bring you coffee. And I said, I'm going to hold you to that. If you show up empty-handed on that red carpet.
Okay, we're going to be watching for that moment.
Exactly. That moment.
Guess what? He not only showed up empty-handed, he didn't even show up. So what happened?
It was so busy. It was so busy, and your heads all turned around because of the Oscars and everything. But
it sounds like an excuse.
Because of the Oscars.
But I knew I couldn't leave you hanging because I thought I'm going to bring
now
you.
it's a belated cup of coffee.
This is for you.
Oh, come on
it's
now.
Early morning on a Saturday, and
I'll take it. I'll take it.
See, I didn't forget about you.
You know what's funny is that we actually saw you get delayed on the red carpet, and so you were racing to get into the theater.
Oh, yeah.
And then our show went off the air.
Pushing me in.
We'll
So it really was crazy for that.
It is crazy. It's a lot of energy and enthusiasm. You don't even know who you saw, who you didn't see.
Yeah.
But I knew that I needed to bring you a cup of coffee.
It was quite a night. Well, I appreciate this, belated or not.
I made it myself.
Of course you did. But let me ask you, before we go here, what's next for you guys?
What's next for us?
Some big projects coming
up. We have
up.
a film that's out right now called Sing Sing that we also produced. That we're very happy with. It's about the rehabilitation of the arts program at Sing Sing Prison. It's a really heartfelt, beautiful film that we've been just getting out there in the world, that A24 produced. And we also have, I'm actually moving on to, we're shooting right now. I'm actually prepping, I'm shooting, directing an episode of Tina Fey's and Steve Carell's new comedy that I'm also starring in as well, called 4 Seasons, and Raul shadowing me. Again, we work together at all times.
So you're busy.
Yeah, we're a little busy, and we have a film, and I have a series coming out next month called The Madness on Netflix, which premieres on my 55th birthday, November 28th.
Which is also
Coleman, we don't have enough time. We didn't know you had these many things.
Exactly. They stay busy, and it's so great to have you in the studio, too. And
Gio's so upset he missed you.
Right, because, I mean, you know Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
We've got a whole family connection here. Colman, Raul, thank you so much. Best of luck with everything. We appreciate it, and thanks for the coffee. Remember, it is called It's What's Inside, and it's streaming right now on Netflix.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
It's pretty
you
good.
Knew it from the theme. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I don't know what that
music
was.
By John Williams, the man known for composing some of the most iconic film scores of all time. Now we're going behind the music in an upcoming documentary all about the maestro. Will Gans is back with that story. Just go on.
That's right. It's at an all-time high. John Williams has inspired generations of fine art fans, including the orchestra students at Santa Monica High School, who have performed selections from Jurassic Park, Star Wars, and of course the most magical music of all, Harry Potter. He conjured up the spellbinding soundtrack for generations of Harry Potter fans.
Within the first 3 notes, everybody knows. And it's whether you are a classical music buff or enjoy listening to pop music on the radio, you have heard that theme.
John Williams and his beloved score taking off like the Nimbus 2000 on TikTok, where it's been used in more than 1.1 million videos.
Students will have seen Harry Potter and know the theme from Harry Potter way before they go to the concert hall and see Beethoven or Brahms.
John Williams is the most performed composer of our time.
I think it really does then inspire students to go beyond film music and see what else is possible with their instruments.
And no one more than John Williams has made the musically impossible possible, or Jaws-able.
The first thing I played for Stephen on this piano was this. And I played that for him, and he said, "What is that? What are you going to do?"
The legendary composer behind some of the most recognizable theme music, like Jurassic Park and Star Wars, is the star of a brand new documentary, music by John Williams.
Star Wars basically would not be Star Wars without Johnny Williams' music.
After scoring more than 100 films, winning 26 Grammys, 5 Oscars, and 4 Golden Globes.
The special thing about John Williams is he speaks to all audiences.
There can only be one John Williams.
Music is enough for a lifetime, but a lifetime is not enough for music.
Mr. Aiello says he can't wait to watch the new documentary with his students in the classroom. And for the rest of us, music by John Williams premieres on Disney Plus from our parent company Disney on November 1st.
Wow, that's cool.
Love
All
that.
right. Thank you, Will.
And now to this month's GMA Book Club pick. It's called A Song to Drown Rivers, and author Liang is joining us now. And good morning to you. It's so great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
We were just talking about this beautiful cover. We'll get into all of that in just a moment. First, I just wanted to point out that this book was born out of stories that your mom told you as a child. How did this come about?
So after we moved to Australia when I was young, my mom would tell me all these Chinese legends. And looking back now, I'm just really grateful for it because it helped me feel really connected to my culture, even though we were so far away from family. And obviously my mom left out a few details because this is a tale about a seductress and I was a child.
Yes.
So I kind of rediscovered the legend in a way as I got older. But it's a story that's always really stayed with me. And I remember telling my mom that I wanted to write a book about Sishu, and she was so excited. And with the book club pick and everything, she's just been so supportive. She's been telling all of her family and friends
Of
about
course.
it. Yeah.
Proud mom. We were showing some of the pictures of the two of you. Just incredible. Tell me more of what the experience has been like for her now to see your version and telling these stories again.
I was calling her just the other night, and she was just saying, you know, it's so surreal when she was telling me this story because it's something that's been passed down like generation through generation. And she was the one who, you know, taught me to read English books, who encouraged me to write. So it's just been such an experience both for her and for me.
Okay, so for people who aren't familiar with these legends, how would you describe this book?
So it is inspired by Sishu, one of the four beauties of ancient China. And so she is described as so beautiful that when fish see her, they literally forget to swim and sink to the bottom of a river. And so she is trained as a concubine spy to be sent off to the enemy kingdom to seduce their king and destroy his kingdom from within. So I think of it as not a romance, but a love story.
Okay. Before you go, I just want to mention, I mean, this cover is amazing, and I understand that you were heavily involved in this, right?
I was really lucky to be consulted and involved in this process. And I remember saying I wanted something that was kind of epic and tragic at the same time. But I honestly could never have imagined getting it covered this stunning. I remember when I first saw it, I gasped and I just stared at it for a full 10 minutes.
We've all been checking it out. Liang, thank you so much for coming in.
so
Congratulations. Once again, A Song to Drown Rivers is available right now. We appreciate it. Janae, let's go over to you.
I'm not sure, but GMA is counting down to Halloween. Suddenly, Will is in this. Will, Wit, Gorgu. We have the 411 on all the tricks and treats you need this year. We'll be right back.
Zombies, ghouls, and vampires rise. Midnight screams that wake the dead.
Back now with GMA's Countdown to Halloween. We are already in the spirit here. Our set fully decked out with some of the newest decorations from Disney. No scaries here because they are all shoppable. Scan the QR code on the screen. Woolgan's back once again. Archie is not liking these tricks and treats.
No, he's saying this is a little spookier than I thought it was going to be, you
it's
guys.
okay,
but he loves it. I think he doesn't want to share camera time with Stitch over there.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all about it's not Halloween without costumes, and you guys are ready. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I am, of course, Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University, and Archie is trick-or-treating as Grogu this year. He's a little baby Yoda.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Grogu. And it sounds like we have, there it is, some more trick-or-treaters here.
That's right. We have two costumes inspired by the summer's biggest blockbusters. Yeah, back in the back over there, Wolverine from Wolverine and Deadpool. This costume has everything to help you transform into the Marvel superhero, including his iconic yellow and blue padded suit and a mask. And superhero moves, they're not included, but he's got them. I'm sure he does. And to help you get in touch with your feelings, anxiety from Inside Out.
Oh my gosh, my kids keep talking about anxiety.
The best. Pixar's newest character, and what's scarier than turning up at your doorstep, you know, some unexpected anxiety.
And the little ones.
Yes, of course. These are ready to go. First up, we have a classic Minnie Mouse, the Halloween version, of course, inspired by one of our favorite Disney characters. And somebody is ready for a voyage. I see Moana down there. Released just last week ahead of Moana 2, which comes out this Thanksgiving.
Awesome. Okay, and now let's talk about accessories. What have you got? These look
This is incredible, and it works on Archie, as you can tell. Makeup is the key to helping you get in character, and this Haunted Mansion-inspired Color Pop makeup kit will help you pop on Halloween if you're planning to dress up as a character from far, far away. This Star Wars lightsaber right here, of course, is perfect accessory for anybody from a galaxy not so far away to finish your look.
Thank you so much.
And a big thanks to Gio and the team for covering Hurricane Helene.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.